Like, share, and subscribe to my video. Like, share, and subscribe. So, and also click the notification bell if you like the content and the material. So let's get right into it. You know, in terms of finances, stocks, etc., you know, along those lines, folks who are not well knowledgeable, or I would say, you know, educated about stocks and bonds, need not be afraid. Okay, not only do you need not be afraid, but you shouldn't have to make excuses as to why you can't have X, Y, and Z, as to why you can't invest in stocks, as to why you shouldn't, you know, put your money away and save your monies. See, the problem is the lack of information and the fear that you have within yourself impairs you. It cripples you. You know, it cripples you now, and it cripples you in your future. Let me give you an example. I know a gentleman who just told me just recently, you know, he received a promotion at his job. Either a promotion or some form of a bonus for a deal that went through, that was successful. You know, it was a good sale, and he was compensated very well by way of receiving a bonus. So he says to me, he says, hey, you know, it's a good thing I don't have anything to do. I'm gonna, you know, keep this money in my pocket. And then changes that statement by saying, no, he's just gonna go celebrate his sale, which is fine. You're celebrating your sale, but what is he gonna celebrate it on? He opted to, well, he said he was going to, I don't know if he did it or not, but his idea of celebrating was, you know, going to it, well, if you don't know, now you will know, attending a gentleman's club with him and maybe a couple of other associates of his, you know, to celebrate the sale. His bonus was upwards of, you know, a few thousands of dollars, so he's gonna just spend it all there. This is a person who does fairly well in his career, is, you know, compensates very well, you know, in his career. But what he does, you know, is he finds himself broke on a regular basis, you know. And in the marginalized communities, people, there's a saying that's sort of rings true. Well, two sayings. One is, you know, it's not popular to count someone else's pockets, meaning it's not popular to really pay attention to what other people are doing with their monies. And another saying is, you know, the friends appear when, well, I forgot how the saying goes. But anyway, you know, his friends, pretty much, they don't really work. They don't have jobs. And of course, they jumped on the opportunity to go hang out with him and spend time in a gentleman's club and on his dime. And, you know, this happened on a weekend. So Friday he made the sale, he received his compensation and everything, and by Monday everything was gone. He was back to being broke. So the mindset is what we have to think about and consider when we're thinking about our finances and our economic well-being. We have to think about what's important to us. What is important to us? What are we spending our monies on that's going to give us a favorable return? I mean, normally we have things that we do need to spend to take care of our issues, our basic needs. Housing, food, clothing, etc., etc. But then you have the extracurricular, stuff, recreational things, and that's fine too. But you also have to take note of what tomorrow will bring, and if you're not ready for what tomorrow can bring, you place yourself at a disadvantage. You place yourself at a disadvantage. So what's crazy about this whole thing is he cries broke. He compensates, he gets good money. He cries broke on a regular basis. He's perpetuating a vicious cycle. Extremely vicious, detrimental cycle. That's what he's doing. And oftentimes people don't care. It becomes conditional. Like it's something that's programmed, and they can't find a way out. They don't treat themselves as, with enough value to put a certain percentage of monies aside for themselves, for savings, for their future. That's not something that's realistic to them. They live beyond their means. This is a common practice that puts people in a financial pit, a hole that they can't dig themselves out of. You have industry, you have corporations, you have opportunities, you have businesses, you have just pretty much so much available to us in the US. I'm talking about in the United States, where you can make something happen out of nothing with a little bit of faith, hard work, and determination, and an open mind, and a willingness to continue and not give up, because success doesn't come easy. But when we embrace ineptitude by way of having fear and being scared of things that have been successful, by way of investing in ourselves, investing in the market, and doing things that's going to help ourselves and our families, if we have families, our communities, and for years to come, it's sad that people choose to blow their monies the way we do. And I'm not separate from that equation, because I do the same too. I'm just trying to reverse all of that, little by little. I'm trying. So, I'm sharing this, giving this message out, because I know there are like-minded people who also are thinking about possibilities of, building their own opportunities, creating opportunities, building their own businesses, creating businesses, investing in themselves. That way, they won't have to depend or continue in this extreme rate of poverty. They won't have to remain poor for in a very long time. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So we have to encourage self-preservation by sharing information, financial know-how, one step at a time. Everything that's complex has its simple beginnings, has its simple origins. So we're not talking about figuring out, complicated mathematical equations here. We're talking about simply investing in ourselves, investing in the market, simple in areas that are safer than others for those who are scared, don't want to lose their money, of course, and building from that point. But when you do nothing, you lose all around. Like, share, subscribe to my video. I hope everyone continues to remain well and enjoy their day. Be well.